Hey everybody, this is Steven again from my office. The last few videos were from all around the globe, but now I'm back home here in the exotic town of Knesselare, and happy to share another video which is actually based upon some insights that we saw in both California and in Shanghai, and it's actually about my thoughts on the future of Facebook. And there are three things that I would like to share with you guys. I have to admit I'm a little bit biased. Before the video I have to tell you that I'm a little bit biased. I'm a big fan of Mark Zuckerberg. I follow him obviously on Facebook, and I have to say that I like his vision and I like what he shares, and I just try to get a glimpse on what the future may be, and I would like to share that with you. So if you're okay with the fact that I'm a little bit biased, just stay with me for a few seconds and let's talk about Facebook, okay? First thing I would like to talk about is the acquisition they did 2 years ago of Oculus Rift. Oculus is now going to the mainstream market pretty soon, so we will be able to buy the product. But what is really cool is the ideas that Mark has about this. And if you look at today's Facebook, what we're doing is sharing a bunch of videos and photos, but that's actually a two-dimensional experience, right? You see a video and a photo and that's about it. What if we could start sharing 360 experiences and then watch them on our Oculus at home? What if you don't see a picture of someone in a football stadium anymore, but you see and hear the total experience as you were almost actually there? What if we could start to share those kind of experiences? I think that the total Facebook sharing experience would increase with 300%. So I think in the next few years we will start to see more and more of that. That's the first thing that I think is pretty cool. Second thing is their whole ambition to connect the entire world. I think in every post that Mark Zuckerberg shares on Facebook, he talks about connecting the world and about creating the biggest online community ever made. Today we have about 2 billion internet users in the world, and both Google and Facebook try to boost that as fast as they can. So Google has the Google Loon project, where they have the balloons that fly on an altitude of 20,000 meters above Earth, and they beam 4G internet down to the planet. Facebook has a similar project going on, and what they are doing is creating aircrafts, drones. They are the size of a Boeing 747. They fly autonomously for 3 months on solar energy, and everything underneath it gets fantastic internet connection. So imagine that they succeed in this idea of connecting the world. What if in countries like Africa or above the rainforest, or in some areas of Asia, in Australia, if we will have these drones flying around connecting the world, it could mean that in the next 5 years we will have 5 billion more internet users. It's very interesting to think about what the consequences are for society, what will happen with the total connectivity of the world, and of course what will happen with the turnover and profits of Facebook. Because guess what app will be downloaded first if you use the internet access from Facebook. But I think it's a fantastic idea to work on a project to connect the entire planet. And actually there was a press release a few weeks ago where Google and Facebook said we're going to do this together. And a few weeks ago we were at Google and Google X, and we talked with the guys from Google Loon, and they actually said it's going to take us max 5 years to do this. And in the press release where they announced that they're going to work together with Facebook and Google, they said we're going to do it faster because 5 years is way too long at this moment. So I think some really exciting stuff is going to happen there, and it's going to be introduced by Facebook and Google. Last thing is probably the most interesting part, if you ask me, and that's the future of Facebook Messenger. And I think if you want to see the future of Facebook Messenger, you have to go to Asia. You have to look at WeChat. In the West, we have 3 huge internet companies. We have Google, we have Amazon, and we have Facebook. In the East, we have 3 huge internet companies. We have Baidu, which is the Chinese Google. We have Alibaba, which is the Chinese Amazon. And we have Tencent, and Tencent owns WeChat, and that is the Asian version of Facebook. And almost every online Chinese person is using WeChat. In fact, it was really impressive to see when we were in Shanghai that how WeChat is controlling the entire ecosystem in China. In B2B, people are hardly using emails anymore because they're doing business on WeChat. And if you look closely, you will see that WeChat is actually more advanced as a tool than Facebook is. WeChat is more than a messenger, it's more than a social network. It's almost like the operating system in the Eastern world, because you can not only share messages, but you can do payments, you can do wealth management, you can buy tickets for the lottery, you can order a taxi, you can book a hotel, you can get movie tickets. Basically whatever you do on an average day, you can do that on WeChat. And they already have more than 600 million users, and we were really impressed with the impact that these guys have. And if you ask me what is the future of Facebook, I think they're going to start to look very closely at WeChat and implement some of these actions themselves. In the US, you already have payments now on Messenger, and it's one of the best and easiest ways of payment I've ever seen in my entire life. And I think that's only the beginning. That payment system is not a side project of Facebook, it is step one in creating a new operating system of the world. And let's connect some dots now. If you think about, they're sending out these drones to connect the world. They're providing internet for as many people as possible. The first app that you will get at that moment will obviously be Facebook. And if that Facebook app contains like some sort of an operating system of your day-to-day life, you know, the impact that they may have on the world is a lot bigger than what we think it is today. And I'm sure some people will completely hate that idea, some people will love that idea, but if you look at the facts, I think there's a big likelihood that in the next 2 to 3 years, that's just what we're going to see by Facebook. So I would really like to hear your thoughts on this. I would really like to hear what you think will happen. If you like it or dislike it, just let me know. I personally think it's a really interesting discussion, so I would really love to hear your comments. If you want to hear more about these kind of insights, just check out the 2 videos that we recently launched. One is about the insights of the trips in Silicon Valley. The other one is about the insights from the trip to Shanghai and Singapore, and they both give you a very compelling and fast overview of what we learned over there. But this is a more in-depth story on Facebook. Feel free to share it and let me know what you think. Okay, guys? This was an episode again of the Consumer 2020 show from my office in the exotic town of Knesselare. I want to thank you very much for watching and see you in one of the next shows. Bye bye.